Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Shop Talk, where we have stimulating conversations that awaken your soul. And I am your host, Shernita. Tonight's guest is a phenomenal woman of God. She is an anointed gospel rap artist, and she is rocking, and slaying all of the enemy's devices on mental health and wealth. She is not your ordinary demon slayer. As a matter of fact, she's a champion at eliminating the problems that can hinder the successes in life. Everyone, please help me to welcome the phenomenal Lashann, Ms. Lyrik, Broaden-Thomas.
Hola. Hey.
Hola.
Hola.
How are you doing this evening? I am
I
so
am
excited to
amazing.
have you on. And we're going to have some very stimulating conversations tonight. We're going to share about some things that people are dealing with that they might not be sure about, that they might have questions about, all of those things. And so, in the midst of that, I want you to be able to open up and share whatever it is that you deem is necessary in this season. And I know you are a woman that knows how necessary things are. So, before we get into that, I do have a video that I want to show the audience.
You have to rescue that inner child. You cannot allow yourself or anyone to stop you from being great.
Tell my own story, then I'm trying to get her the opportunity to tell her story.
Where were you when I was 5?
And he took me right again. I'm telling you, this park was full of people.
When your story is a real story. You know, as a child, I experienced some trauma. Being raped at the age of 7 and left for dead in the park. Truly made me go through some things.
Persevere. Beast it. We'll make it. I am.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that part. So, I'm just going to get you to mute your mic while I talk, and then you can unmute to share what it is that we want to discuss this evening. Now, in that video, you shared some powerful stuff. I've been told it's called situational trauma, and where there's specific things that happen as a child or an adult that's so traumatic that it can weigh in well into adulthood. So, when we're talking about this situational trauma, and I just want to make sure in my notes I touch on this. How was your situational trauma? How did it play out in your journey as a child? And then kind of fast forward us as an adult.
Well, yeah. As a child, it made me insecure. It made me definitely not feel worthy. Just like when, what I went through, I was raped when I was 7 and left for dead in the park. So it was very highly publicized in, my city. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. So it's not a small town, but everywhere that I was going, I was recognized as being the little girl that was raped. And it traumatized me, because it was two things that I received from people. Either they made fun of me or they pitied me. And it took me really a long time. It kind of made me, I was crying a lot to my dad about what people were saying. And dad, I remember running home crying as a little girl, like, they teasing me at school, like, and my dad was like, "You gonna have to toughen up." And that's when I began. I remember my dad teaching me how to fight. I mean, literally putting gloves on me and showing me how to fight. So number one, that nobody could ever put their hands on me like that again. And number two, to, I guess, build my confidence. In that, it didn't work, because I just made this persona. And then I started being tough, and fighting, and going through all of this, just trying to prove myself to be worthy, or leave me alone. Like, this is not my fault that this happened to me. I was always a child that was I've been a boss from birth. I guess I already knew that I was bossy. So people would tell me, my family members in particular would say, "You think you grown, you're grown, you're out here being grown." And I remember one of my family members in particular, I won't say his name, but he told me that it happened to me because I was too grown. Like, who would tell a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old something like that? Yet it was said, because a lot of times in Black African American families, we have the no filter. We're gonna say whatever we want to say, don't care. I mean, I was hurt, so who are you? You'll get over it. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like how people, how people played it. It was either they played it like that, or it was like, "Oh," and I don't know which one I hated more. I think I hated the "oh" more than being told, the other thing. Because the other thing, I could take when my daddy taught me, pop somebody. But the other one is like, I didn't know how to feel, and it just made me feel like so small and so like non-existent sometimes. So it just spilled over into adolescence. I went through my teenage years, and I again was raped at 17, right when I was graduating high school. um, Not date rape, just another person I trusted, and he took advantage of me. And I didn't tell anybody but my best friends, because of the ridicule that I went through with the first incident. I just could not take that anymore. So I tell you what, it definitely had me on a whirlwind in life. I just couldn't really establish trusting relationships. You know what I mean? I trusted a girlfriend who introduced me to the guy that raped me. So I was cool on, like, I can't even trust people. It's like I felt like everybody was against me. Everybody was, laughing at me. Like, I was the joke of the town. Like, how many times am I gonna get raped? Like, I was just like, what is this? My destiny? Like, am I supposed to keep getting raped? I wasn't, sexually active yet on my own, and here again, somebody that I tried to like, well, I let my guards down, tried to like somebody, and was taken advantage of and discarded like I was nothing. And that just put me in a mode like, I'd be dang if I let anybody hurt me again. And till recently, okay, that was pretty much my MO. Like, no, I'm good. Like, nobody's gonna do anything else to me, I promise you that. And from that date to this one, nobody has done nothing to me. But I processed that in the most unhealthy way, blocking it out, acting as if it didn't happen, put it into that place in the back of my brain where I didn't have to think about it. Anybody spoke about it, I didn't want to hear about it. I just ran away from it. You know what I mean? Just got quiet and didn't want to talk about it because I wasn't strong enough. I really wasn't.
Wow. I was listening to you and I was jotting down some notes of some things that you said. Um, trust issues. The fact that you were raped not once, but twice. And in the mindset, you're thinking, is this my destiny? Is this what's hanging over my head? Like, do I have it stamped on my forehead type thing? And for people, and I get, trust me, I get what people think. It's, we're supposed to be tough. We are resilient people, but we are human. And for children, I remember, going through that. And you and I met several, almost a decade now, years ago. Next year will be 10 years. But we met in a setting where both of us kind of connected. Not only are we Leo lioness, but at the same time, as we were sharing our stories, as you were doing my hair, because that's how we met. I won that opportunity to get, she could slay some hair, y'all. That was on the red carpet. That was her. But to be able that trust, and we began to build a trust even at that time, because I had gone through a divorce, and you had a loss at that time, and then trying to fill each other out. That resonates into adulthood. What people don't understand, if you sweep stuff under the rug, it's hard, to deal with that trauma. And it's so important that we deal with the trauma. I was always heard, I was always told that if you got therapy, it was because you were crazy. They didn't look at therapy as a way to help you deal with the craziness in your head, but it made it seem like you were crazy in the head, and I'm so glad right now we're at a journey, especially you and I are in alignment on that. We really believe in mental health. Mental health is so important, because think about that little 5-year-old girl. Think about that little 7-year-old girl. Think about the little girl that grew up after that, years after that, going into the dating. As she was still there, but different things kept piling onto it. So I know recently you had, and I'm going to share an image here. Recently you did this event just a couple of days ago, My Mental Health Matters. And what people don't understand is that this is not the first time, because the first of the year, you had a series of the Ultimate Makeover Experience. So tell the audience about both of those events.
I wanted to say something about therapy with those events. When I was younger, I did get therapy. Okay, it was court ordered. It was a part of whatever the government had me doing. And now looking back, it was just a check. It was just another opportunity. Also, because I came from an impoverished area, right? I came from the hood, so I remember them trying to tell me that my dad was touching me, trying to make me find my uncles. I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Nobody ever touched me until to then. Like I fortunately do. It didn't happen inside of my family. Nobody in my family has ever, done anything like that to me. And when, they were trying to push that issue on me, they was trying to ask me about my dad and him hugging me and kissing me and trying to make it sound perverted. I want to say that a lot of times, like with foster kids and, dealing with, kids that's in the system, a lot of the therapists that they have assigned to me feel like the public defenders. It's like it's just a job. So I find it is very important now with therapy. That was another thing. I didn't want to go to therapy because I had a very bad experience with therapy when I was younger. So I did look at therapy in a very negative way. And so for me to be this person now today, it's like it's only God, and that God does have people in the mental health field. And I'm so happy to have come across some amazing therapists, starting with my personal therapist, which is Jeanette Abney. She's licensed out of California. A very amazing therapist. She got through to me. She helped me. She's instrumental to even this documentary that I produced. She really helped me through my healing process, through my journey, and just being able to be open and be myself and not feel like somebody was trying to force me or trying to make a story or trying to make a mockery of me. I felt comfortable. And so with finding Jeanette, I was like, yo, therapy is cool. My therapist is a G. I love my therapist. Like, she get right down to the nitty gritty. She not letting me play. She would ask me stuff that would just make me just sit just like this and be like, you know what? Mm, Let me think about that. She was like, yeah, think about it before you open your mouth and answer the question. Because at the end of the day, you are accountable for your own healing. If you really want this Lyrik, you're gonna have to make the necessary steps in order to do this. I really went to therapy because I was pregnant, and thank God for my daughter. She really saved my life. She really made me get my mind together and get my mind right. I was out here thinking that I had my mind right, but not until I experienced being pregnant with her that I said I had to acknowledge, like, yo, I'm not good. Something's wrong with me, and I need to talk to somebody for real before I explode. And call it hormones, call it whatever you want, but she got me to really sit on that couch and really dive in and figure out what was wrong, because I did not want to bring a child into this world and have and be a parent like how I grew up with unhealed. My mom was unhealed, man. She's still unhealed. So I was like, she has childhood trauma, and it kind of, yeah, it affected her parenting skills with me and my sisters. So I was not with it. I was like, I'm not going to sit up here and wait this long to have no child and then turn around and mess them up. No, I'm good. Let me try this therapy thing one more time. So I had a friend that had a great therapist, and I love her like family, because she helped me really get to the nitty gritty of my healing and go on this journey, and has been here supporting me no matter where in the world that I am. She has been instrumental. I can call her anytime on this journey still, and get whatever help that I need. So then I met in the virtual space another therapist who, I feel has been instrumental to me as a mom, and that's Ashley. Okay. And Coach Ash, she's a therapist and a coach, right? So she's going to listen, and then she's going to activate you too, like on a level of making you, be accountable. That's one of the things that I appreciate about Coach Ashley, is that not only is she, efficient, she's been there, she understands, she's been, a single mom, she's been on the system, she's been there, but she has that passion to help you get over it as a mom. She's very passionate for moms. And I've just been seeing so many mommies going through so many things. And I just really, instead of complaining about stuff, I'm the type of person like, yo, let's make something happen. I don't want to keep on crying about it. Let's do something. And me and Ashley had a discussion, and we were like, you know what? Let's come together. Let's come together. Music meets mental health. Let's do this. So we are on the Curvy Alliance platform, also on She Powerment's platform, on every Monday, with my mental health matters, with moms, women, men, even. If you have mental health questions and concerns, please hit us up. We are, more than willing and ready to help you. We have, allotted that Monday time out for those that need real mental health assistance or finding, resources. We don't want you to suffer in silence. It's very important to me because my best friend, took her life 6 years ago, and in November, and around this time, I'm always a little sad because I get to missing her, and I just wanted to make a difference. And I've been seeing a lot of people killing themselves, a lot of death, and just a lot of hurt. And I just was like, let's make a difference in somebody's life. I don't know who it's for, but me as one person, like, I'm so grateful for the friend that knew a therapist and that referred me to a therapist. So maybe I'll be somebody's online friend. Maybe I'll be somebody that's make you say, you know what, I do need to talk to somebody, and really go talk to somebody and find that person that's for you, even if it's not Ashley or Jeanette.
So you mentioned about motherhood. And I just want to show everybody my Gigi's baby. This was her as a newborn. As you can tell, she already had a lot of personality. And this is our big girl now. Let's talk about her. Share about this beautiful legacy of ours. How did you come up with the name?
Oh my God. God gave me her name. I knew good and well that this unplanned pregnancy, this, they've been telling me my whole life that I couldn't have kids. I've tried, and I never, was able to complete a pregnancy. So I was just like, I thought it was over. I thought I was dried up, so I don't know what I thought, but but God. So when God, gave me this wonderful blessing, I really sought God. I believe that children are a blessing from God. I believe that God does not make any mistakes, and with being pregnant with her, I just sought God everything concerning her, and I still do. It's like, this is not my child. I know that you brought her here to do something, because I know who I am. I know who you had birthed her. So you put her with me for something, and I don't want to fumble on this plate. So God, what do you want her name to be? You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? How do you want me? What kind of mother am I supposed to be? Like, I'm like, oh God, now do I have to be like one of those moms, like a soccer mom? And God told me, no, your kid gets to go on the road with you. I was like, oh my God, how's this gonna happen? How am I gonna? The girl is everywhere. She everywhere with me. She don't let me go nowhere. She everywhere, and now she, as soon as she know how to say all the words, it's over with for me. She gonna be a rapper, a singer, an actress, a TV host. She gonna do everything on 100, okay? And I am here for it. I support it. But right now on this journey, I'm just blessed to be her mother. I don't, her name is Ariel Legacy, the Lion Princess, and she is my legacy. She's here on a mission from God. And so I say that because years from now, we're going to turn back and see how much, joy, and how much, this young woman is on a mission. She's determined. She's, strong willed. She knows what she wants. She's not a regular child. I just really just sometimes like, who's raising who? Are you my mom? Are you telling me what to do? Because she be telling me what to do. I'm like, who sent you? Who are you, woman? Little
That's
old
what
lady.
happens.
She an old lady. She born old. So listen, yeah, listen. So she come out here and give you a prophecy or something at 5. She was born old.
That's it. That's it. So tell me, how are you giving back? How are you giving back into the community? What is it that you're doing? And before you say that, I want to go to a break real quick. Um, and after the break, I want to share a video that's going to help kind of give a visual to what I know you're going to say. We'll be right back after this break.
About that business, I'm walking in my purpose, my destiny I'm living. Got these devils and these demons mad at me, they did it. Cause they thought they was gonna stop the chick, but she stayed winning. Yeah, that's why I always say it's God for me. Cause ain't no demons or no devils ever stopping me. And you can try, but ain't no weapon never prospering. You know I got my back, watch me like TMJ. I grip, I rock, and I slay. 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 I grip, I rock, and I.
Welcome back to the Coffee Shop Talk with our very special guest, Ms. Lyrik. She's going to share and talk in depth about the video you just watched, about the Rip, Rock, and Slay challenge and how she's giving back to the community.
I love Rip, Rock, and Slay. That is my song. I don't know which song I don't love. Okay, they're all my songs is like babies. They all got purpose. But Rip, Rock, and Slay. Oh my goodness. So many people know that I was a plus size model, and I say was because I haven't been active in years. But I was really heavy in, modeling, and I met some amazing women on this journey that share my story, right? And, so many of them are still my sisters today. And what's so super dope is they always I'm like the plus size rapper. So everybody knows that I got the music. So I remember they're playing all this stuff on the runway, and I'm like, yeah, man, y'all need some lyric on the runway. What is y'all doing? We need some lyric on the runway. So I wanted to create a women empowerment song that felt good, that had a lot of energy that you could walk to, so that you could hit your little slay situation, and was straight God. You know what I mean? Because it's God for me. Everybody knows that. I'm never going to turn it down. I'm never going to turn it off. If you don't like God, turn the station when it comes to me. That's why I'm like, it's God for me on everything, baby. So my sisters just was like, oh God, Lyrik, we love this song. We love this song. And when I wrote that song, it was just purely my statement, me coming out. Yeah, my name is Lyrik, and I'm about that business. I'm walking in my purpose, my destiny I'm living. Got these devils and these demons mad at me. They live it because they thought they was going to stop the chick, but she stayed winning. Yeah. So that's me. You're not going to stop me, devil. I don't care what you try to do. I don't care how you try to do it. I don't care how you come for me. I'm going to continue to win, because if God be for me, who can be against me? Who else with me? Who else with me? So that's what Rip, Rock, and Slay is. It's just I had to rip my past, rip the Band-Aid off. Just, yeah, it's over with. It's done. So I could rock my present with the rock that keeps me grounded. He is my rock. Everything's subliminal. And I slay. Baby, I walk in purpose all day. I'm living my most magnificent life. That's what the slay is about. You understand? I slay any demon that come my way. You're never gonna stop me until my death. And you know you ain't stopping me then, because you know where I'm at. I'm good. So that's what Rip, Rock, and Slay was about. Was initially, it was the song, and then I just had so much response, during the pandemic. I was just seeing so many people depressed and dying. It's COVID. I was like, man, let me do something about this. Let me light up this internet real quick. So I created the challenge, and I was like, listen, y'all out here doing everything else, the don't rush, they doing, y'all doing everything else. How about I challenge you to rip, rock, and slay your life, homegirl? What's up with that? And everybody's accepting the challenge. I probably had like 50 people within 2 weeks, and I did not even advertise it. It's just like, hey, you want to rip, rock, and slay? Girl, that's my song. I love that song. Yeah, I'm like, first of all, thanks. Because as artists, like, you definitely want your art to be appreciated. So I'm so thankful and grateful for everybody that supports my music, to just hear people and the kids, singing the lyrics and saying them, because my lyrics are affirmations. When you say you could take my name out, put your name in, now it's for you. When you say my lyrics, they will change your life, because they're affirmations. It's power. It's power in my lyrics, baby. I'm spitting truth. I'm spitting God's word. I'm spitting positivity. I'm binding up demons. I mean, where did you get that in rap music, honey? Huh? Where? You get that in the pulpit, okay? I am definitely the rapping prophet. So I just really just took, who I am and what I love to do, and created something beautiful for God and beautiful for women that want to celebrate that they're doing and living their best life. And now I got men. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. I got to make y'all something, because I don't know. Do I want y'all rip, rocking, and slaying? Yeah, I want y'all rip, rocking, and slaying, but do I really? I don't know. I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make y'all something sauce. I'm gonna make y'all something drip, okay? But it's just having a need to see that people need to be uplifted. I wanted to create something. And now with Rip, Rock, and Slay, the song, we have a Rip, Rock, and Slay documentary. And that's what I'm doing for people, for the community, is allowing you to share your story in a very creative way, in a safe place. If you have, been through childhood trauma, sexual abuse, sex trafficking, domestic violence, breast cancer, any type of thing that try to take you up out of here, and you still standing, you're supposed to be a part of the Rip, Rock, and Slay documentary. And that's where you just get to celebrate still living. So many people did not wake up. But if God opens up your eyes, that's another opportunity for you to slay your life, slay a demon. Don't let nobody stop you from winning. That's what Rip, Rock, and Slay is about. And everybody that's like, I feel you, come join me. Okay.
Oh, wow. I love that. There's so many of your songs that I love personally. But one of the things I know that you're doing also is the Ultimate Makeover series. And as I shared right here, the Ultimate Makeover experience encompasses so much, and it helps women and men and children to go from one phase to the next. And I love the way you do it with a progression. I love the way that you give them an opportunity to as we saw in the video, we had all shapes and sizes, and we have those beautiful hues from one spectrum to the other, and they were walking so confident. And even my daughter and I participated in it. I was, I thought I was doing something. I might have to reshare that again later.
Yes,
But
definitely share it again. And I'm challenging you because it's a new season.
okay. I hear you. So most definitely we'll revisit that then. We'll see. Maybe I have my walk a little better this time. But what I wanted to share with our audience is that when you have an opportunity to participate in something that makes you feel good from the inside out, from the inside out. Again, that's all a part of the mental health. That's all a part of that opportunity of transformation. That's all a part of the ability to be able to, what's the word? Overcome our demons, so to speak. Those things that torment us, that tell us, hey, you're never going to be this. You're not going to be this good. You're never going to overcome this. You're always going to be that. And the ultimate makeover experience is to me, mind, body, and soul. It's all of it. It's the mental, it's the physical, it's the spiritual. Whatever spiritual is for you. For me, it's my relationship with Christ. And you mentioned about ride or die for Christ. I want to share with them again this quick clip photo. Ride or die for Christ. I do have that shirt, and there's a couple of more that I want. So I'm going to be getting with you because I'm still waiting on my bling dress. I'm just saying, I'm feeling some kind of way. That part. Anyway, but you make women feel beautiful. You make men feel appreciated and strong. You make children feel resilient, that they can accomplish. So I can tell you this, you will be here in Pensacola, Florida. You will be in this area bringing she-powerment, ride or die for Christ, beautiful beast. I want people to know that you have a message and it needs to transcend from one end. You already been traveling from one end of the nation to the other. People don't know you've been out in LA and Vegas, Atlanta, New York, everywhere in between. So we just need to get the message out, especially now during the pandemic with so many people, having so many, our children dealing with mental health issues, the suicide rate going up, domestic violence rate going up, and it's not centered in just one individual. We got young, old, men, women, youth, so it's needed. It's needed. And I know that there's going to be a greater connection. I'm looking forward to 2022 because there's so much that's going to go on. And you talked about, I also want to share an image of, and if people notice the pictures I put up, and I put them up intentional. And if you look on the screen, you see this beautiful young lady. She's beautiful either size. That's why I say no matter what size I am, I'm beautiful. But I would like to shed about 40 pounds. So for those of you that don't know, she is a TLC businesswoman. And that's what helped me last year to start my journey. And of course, it works. I'm telling you guys, it works. So you need to hit her up. And we're going to share how you can contact her for that because it is making a difference. But had to plug that in because, when they see me start stringing, they say, girl, what you doing? I'm like, daughter done hooked me up. It's all about that. But going on to the next part of our conversation here. What would you tell someone who's not quite as strong as you are? They're watching this broadcast right now and they're saying, I hear you, but I don't know if that'll work for me. I understand what you say, but I don't believe in that. I think this is just who I'm going to be. This is my life. And, I got to deal with it. What would you say to them, those that have gone through trauma and feel like trauma is just a part of their everyday life. They don't think they're going to get healed from it. Matter of fact, don't even know the first step. They don't have the money for a therapist. They don't know, who to counsel with or talk to. What would you say to them right now as they're listening, whether they're watching right now, if they'll watch later?
Well, I would say that I was not this person that I am today. So who you see now is I am the ultimate makeover. I am totally transformed. But there was a time in my life where I walked. I used to find so much money on the ground because I used to walk with my head down. Um, my mother, was addicted to drugs, my whole life. My father went to prison for about 8 to 9 years of my life, who was my heartbeat. I went through so many things. So I understand pain. I understand struggle. I understand all of those emotions that you feel. But it's one thing that I always had was I knew I didn't fit in. I knew you're gonna have to tap in to wanting better for yourself, right? You're gonna have to say self. I mean, it comes a time in everybody's life where you have to decide what type of life that you want. And like sometimes, like I remember, pastors and stuff trying to talk to me. I wasn't ready for that. So like when they were talking to me, it would go in and out one and the other. Like, get out my face. I don't care. I don't care. What? And that was my behavior until I really allow God into my life. And unfortunately I had tragic situations. I tell people, man, don't be like me and don't be so hard-headed where you just have to get drugged in order to, really learn that God is real. I had to go through some near deaths in tragic situations as to where when God showed me that he was real, I had to go to jail and get out in 12 hours, when that's impossible. Things like that had to happen for me to be like, oh, who did that? So I say, God, you're going to have to like really say to yourself, like, what's important to you? Like, is your life important? Is your happiness important? Do you want to smile like this for real? Do you want, to have joy? Like, forget what you saying out your mouth. Like, what do you feel in your heart? You know what I mean? That's what it took for me. It took me to really look at my life and say I was tired of being sick and tired. And I was like, I'm good on this because like I'm too like I was so tired of being angry, mama. I was so tired of being angry because my anger was just vicious. My anger, I I could have killed somebody. How angry I used to be. So now I I could never see myself being that person. And sometimes things happen to try to bring that rise that old demon spirit of anger up out of me, boy. Some things be trying to push that button, and I'm like, whoo, whoo, calm down. Remember your word. Like that's those are the things that I had, Holy Spirit activate for real. Like I had to really get to the place of saying, yo, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and made a decision that I would not be the same. That's the difference. Some people don't make that decision. You still, like when I was lukewarm, straddling the fence, one minute I could be over here, the next minute you could find me over there. I would come to the club, to church after the club. It was still like I was at the club. But I had a pastor that held me accountable and that checked me. Guess what? God sent me there. Guess why? Because I said to God, when I was a blasphemer and I used to cuss God out like, F you, God, you're not real. I hate you for what you let happen to me. I said that out of my mouth. Like, it's God for me. I said that. So if he could do it for me, that's why I tell people, man, I'm the worst of the worst, man. And he saved me, and I'm totally sold out, and I don't play about God. God knew that I was a rider. He just knew that he had to get my mind right. And as soon as I was willing to get my mind right, then I became totally sold out for him. And that was me questing. That was me not liking to be angry. That was me not liking to be high. That was me not liking to be drunk. That was me not liking to be around those people. Me not liking to lay up with them dudes. I was like, it's enough. I'm too hurt. So it's going to have to be on you. You're going to have to say, person, enough is enough. And then when you say enough is enough, tell God. You don't have to have no long drawn out prayer like, oh, Heavenly Father. Man, that don't work for you if that ain't you. God don't communicate with me like that. And he don't communicate with me like that now. We have real conversations. I said, listen, God, buddy, like, listen, if you don't want me to do whoop, 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 and what? You better show me you real, period. Like, that's how I came at God. He showed me he was real. Don't be bold like me, because he'll put his foot on your neck if you can't come challenging God, if you don't want that smoke. But it's the best thing that ever happened to me, because that's just how I'm parented. You get what I'm saying? That's just me. That's my personality. I'm a straight shooting type of person. So that's how God had to give it to me. He had to give it to me how I give it to everybody else. So that's how I receive it. That's how I know love is real. Some love, sometimes it come harsh, but it got me right. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be the one to say, I'm done. Enough is enough. I want better for myself. And then it's this thing called meaning it. When you mean it, you know.
I love the way you said that you have to get to a point where enough is enough. And for those of you that are watching, those of you that will re-watch the broadcast, I want you to get, take baby steps if you have to. But I love what Lyrik said. That's the way my relationship is with God. Okay, God, you're for real. I need to hear it. I need to see it. Okay, my bad. That type of thing. When you have such an intimate relationship with him, you come straight from the hip. I promise you, it's not. And maybe it takes those long drawn out for other people, just not for me. For me, Dad, I need to know, because if not, that part, and he knows, and it's out of a respect and a reverence for him that I know I'm the one that needs that, okay, let me hold you down, girl, because I don't want you going way left. Because we're human. And even as a seasoned person, even as a mature person in Christ, we still struggle. We still have things we battle with. And that's what I want you to understand. If you're watching and, you're saying, well, yeah, but y'all in God, y'all, yada, yada, yada. It does not matter. All you have to do is have a conversation. That's simply what she's saying. Have a conversation with him and say, hey, I don't know where to start. If you real, I need to see it. And for those that are baby in Christ, he comes to you. He'll come to you and grab you up quicker than those that know better. And those that know better or know of enough of the word, we get chastised a little bit harsher than the next, especially if you're a leader. He won't let you get too far. You be feeling like, man, I shouldn't have done it. Man, I shouldn't have thought that. Man, God forgive me that part. But he'll tell you, okay, move forward. Keep your space in here. Keep your space in here healthy. And the only way you can do that is got to start up here. It's got to start up here. It's got to start in the mental. It has to start in the mind. We want you to understand. And that's the type of ministry that Lyrik has. Not only is she, as you, and this is just some of her music. In the days coming, I'm going to share, as you can see, scrolling down at the bottom of the link, all of her social media platforms is under I Am Ms. Lyrik. And her website is IamMsLyrik.com. So make sure you go on it. Follow her on all of the platforms. See what she has coming up next. Her shows are on Monday, on Facebook Live. And we share with us again what time are the shows that you co-host?
So I co-host my mental health matters with Coach Ashley on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But however, I have a show on Fridays called Freestyle Friday, where you're going to get all of this real spit with Lyrik. Um, I'm having real spit roundtables. I'm, bringing new music. I'm, just, sharing things that I've been creating for a time such as this. So I never know what I'm going to do because it's freestyle. Whatever God says to put out there, I'm putting out there. But it is another outlet for you to connect with me on Fridays at 8 o'clock. This Friday is going to be my first show, and Friday I've got giveaways on Fridays. So I have a big giveaway. Did you see that big giveaway in there? Did you see that big giveaway is red with trees on it? No. But I have a big giveaway in December 17th. So I have a big Freestyle Friday. I teamed up with an amazing, amazing woman, and we are going to be giving out a lot of stuff. Uh, Trip to Vegas, boxes, fashion boxes. You're getting my music, and we're giving out $1,000. Okay, so you can go register on my site, or you can go register at vgotfashion.com. I'm telling you, like I'm just ecstatic about what God is doing. Like He's allowing me to be a blessing, and I'm blessed to be a blessing. I'm excited. So on Mondays you got me, on Fridays you got me, and some days in between you got me. But definitely on Mondays and Fridays, you got me at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tune in, tap in, and get whatever it is that that you need, and make sure you tag your friends, and make sure that you share my music. My music, I'm ready to go ahead and call myself a music therapist, because my music is just that. It's therapy. It's here to help you heal. It's here to help you on your journey. It's real. It's authentic. Everything that I've made up to this point has been freestyle from a place of pain. Okay. And I never wrote, I haven't written down any lyrics to anything, any songs that I have created, because they came right out of the gut, out of my belly. Okay. Because I was probably going through something that I needed to get out. And I have so many people, young, old. It's just like amazing when you have a 5-year-old and an 80-year-old listening to your music. I don't know who has that, but that to me is a huge honor, because I create music that I want to be lasting. People are still listening to Ride or Die for Christ. We re-released that years ago. They're bumping it like it's new, so it's just to have music that doesn't expire. That's amazing, and that's how you know it's of God. And I'm currently working on a new project, starting this month, and I hope to have it completed by January, because I will be releasing new music in February and March, and so many other amazing things going on with my music. I'm so amped. I can't say nothing, but I'm so amped about what God is doing in my life, and just really allowing me to be His mouthpiece out here in this industry, somebody to represent Him and stay 10 toes down and 100% real for those that feel like outcasts. It's so many people that deliver the message, and I tell people, you do you, and let me do God. Let me do this how God told me to do it. So we all come together, one body, many members. One body, many members. Everybody has their own job. Nobody's supposed to look the same, sound the same, be the same. Even within my group, with Ride or Die for Christ, we are not a group. We are, women that make music. We are a movement for God. You get what I'm saying? So no one person's going to sound the same. We come together and we unite, and we use the music to help other women, you know, and empower them. So that's just, really, what it is. It's like, be you, be true, stay 100, stay sucker free, as I say, so that you could have the God designed life. God tailor made a life for you, not for you to be like a cookie cutter version of anybody else. People ask me, can you, yeah, nah, I can get with anybody. If I wanted to play the industry game, I could play the industry game, but I'd rather not. I'd rather show how being true to God will get me much further in life than selling my soul for $1.
I love the way that you say that. And I was going to show those two images. I put them up, but I'm going to share them back we're right at the end of the close of the show. But I will be showing that she has a live concert coming up on December the 31st. I think it's about 10 p.m. So, and it'll be virtual, of course. It's a live concert and virtual. I'm going to put up that announcement, and I will show about the one where you can win the prizes coming up on Fridays. Keep in mind, her show is on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, which means it's 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's correct. So
7 Central, 5 Pacific.
Okay, on Mondays. What time is your show on Mondays?
8 o'clock.
8.
That was December 6th. 8 o'clock.
Okay, so Mondays is 8 p.m.
Fridays is
Eastern Standard, and then Fridays is 6 p.m.
8.
7.
8. 8.
Okay, give it back to us. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna say give them both Monday and Friday's time. Okay.
Monday is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Fridays is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go to IamMissLyrik.com or She Powerment TV, Curvy Alliance. Either one of those platforms, you'll be able to dually find it everywhere. So you'll be able to click it. Go to my pages, and everything's there for you to make life easier.
Okay, now that I'm through with my blondie moment. Here's the
I'm the blonde today, Mom.
Make sure, so hey, you have 2 phenomenal shows that will be on Monday nights to get your week started. Okay.
Yes.
So you have Miss Lyrik, and I will make sure she always tags me, so I will share it on my page where you need to go to watch live. Make sure you follow her. Follow her on all social media platforms at I Am Ms. Lyrik. It's scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. Not hard. Go to her website. Listen to her music.
No, I was pointing to it.
Okay, I'm like, okay, did I miss something? Okay.
I was doing like
now
a
you
YouTuber.
know. she's pointing down, scrolling. So Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You have enough time to watch her show, then come right over to the Coffee Shop Talk at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, 10 Eastern Standard. We know on the East Coast, we still be up. We don't go to bed early when we stand. So, they're still up, and we still have some amazing things to show. And she has so many projects that are coming, and you don't want to miss any of it. Like she mentioned earlier in the show, if you want to be a part of the Rip, Rock, and Slay Challenge, hit her up, DM her. Make sure you be a part. I've been challenged to redo. Okay.
Yes.
The challenge. I got you. We want to make sure that you go into 2022, even though we've had so many losses, we've been hit hard with death, and not just from COVID, but from other things we've had, tragic, things to happen. My heart goes out to my hometown in Monroeville, Alabama right now. We're asking for prayers for the family there, the Rudolph family there. for their loss and for the mother that's fighting for her life right now, Lakeithia Rudolph. We are praying for you all. Taekwon, we're praying for you, Tyshawn, and asking that everybody else prays along with pray along with this family, so that we make sure that we never know who's next. We never know. So many members, one body. She shared that. Don't forget about that. Before we go, I want to plug in and share an image. Recently, you got Mary going to the chapel, and she's gonna get married. And as you can see, he got a lot of equipment around there. He has production. Can you tell us who this handsome young guy is?
That is my husband and my business partner, my homie, Don Thomas. And he's an amazing director. Just all in all, just a great supporter of what it is that I do. He has my front, my back, and my side to side when it comes to this healing mission. He has been instrumental to helping me with this project and seeing how important it is to me to help others. He has truly, truly, truly been one of my biggest support systems in, helping me get everything done. So, that's my boy.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's amazing. I'm grateful of the people that hopped on. For those of you, please share, like, comment. If you have questions, if you want to, you might not want to say anything on the comment sections, DM Miss Lyrik. She's under Lashann Broaden. Or have you? Yeah, you changed it on Facebook too?
Under that, yeah, I have a whole nother page. It's gonna be private for my family,
Okay,
so it doesn't
so
even matter.
we're gonna make sure you go to the I Am Miss Lyrik, so you can get all of that. You make sure you get all of that. We want you not to miss anything. Thank you for those that are commenting. We do appreciate you commenting. If you we miss you too, Ty. That's one of our girls from Georgia, okay? But if you missed it, you get a chance. If you missed part, go back and rewatch. You watch it in its entirety. Take notes. Find out what it is that you can get. What nuggets can you get out of this broadcast tonight? Because that's the goal, to be able to share our truths, to be able to share survivor stories, to be able to share what God has done in our lives, and be a hope and a light to you, so that it's also available to you. There's nothing too hard. There's nothing too complicated. You have dreams. Don't forget to dream. That's what the coffee shop talk is about. We want to have stimulating conversations that awaken your soul. We want to shake you awake, just like a good old cup of joe, as they say. Coffee is good, day or night, okay? Whatever your preference is. But no, it's good to have a conversation with a friend, a family member, even a stranger can share something with you that can enlighten you, and you just have to be open. You have to be open to that. So before we go, we're going to go out with one of my favorite videos, okay? Champion. Yes. And I know it's going to be your favorite video also. So, and there are opportunities that she has with, I think it's with the I Am a Champion events. So, hey, she has apparel, as you saw, the Ride or Die shirts. It's God for Me, Beautiful Beast, She Empowerment. She is full of talent, and you don't want to miss it. So again, thank you, Ms. Lyrik, for coming on to the show. Thank you for all of your wisdom, your knowledge that you're sharing in this season, and for what God is doing through you and to you. We love you, and we will see you back real soon.
Thanks so much for having me. I truly, truly appreciate, this platform and giving me the opportunity to share. Again, I just, whoever's watching this, if you're catching it replay or whatnot, just be the great you. Great is within. Do not shrink yourself. Believe God. He can do anything but fail. It's your season. It's healing season. It's makeover season. Let's get it.
Let's do this. And I want to plug my intro and my outro and the other videos you see are compliments of her beautiful, her team. Oh, done. So if you need, we will be offering. Remember, I shared with you about the coffee shop talk is going to primetime on Blab TV. And for those of you that want to have a 30-second commercial, a 15-second commercial, or a 30-second non-animated commercial, you'll have an opportunity to have sponsorships. And Don and his production company will be creating that for us. As you can see, it's top notch. You're going to have your brand represented really well, and more is to come. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. And till next time. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope you got so much out of the rip, rockin', slaying diva, Ms. Lyrik, coming on your timeline, my timeline. Follow her on all social media platforms. DM her if you have questions. No matter what it is, trust me, your secret is safe with her. She has that spirit that you can talk to her and share what it is that you've been going through, because what ultimately we want to do is to be a bridge to a gap that maybe has been open for a while for you, and you want to close it up because you don't want to be that way anymore. Remember, she said enough is enough. If you're in that place where enough is enough, then you're ready to be a champion. We love you guys. Make sure you tune in next Monday. We have another special guest, another vocal artist that will be coming to the timeline, sharing with you some amazing things that are going on. And then we have another, we're closing out the year. Of course, it's the time for music, for laughter, and for love. So all of the guests are in music or in have a form of ministry that is different from no other, and they want to share their truths with you. Again, join us next Monday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for the next guest on the Coffee Shop Talk with your girl, Shernita. Till next time, see you guys.
This is a beat, Addicts beat. I'm enlightenment. Keep
keep your head up, even though I know you're fed up in life. Be throwing your punches, but you still gotta get up and fight. They low blows, but look, don't let it get you, cause God, he got a plan, but Satan be trying to get you. I know you feel you're seeking, but both come to get you. Don't worry about the now, think of the bigger picture. Stay woke and stay focused, don't let little stuff get you. Don't be scared of the devil when you can square up with. I stand tall, don't fall, I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall, I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall, I'm a champion. Say I'm a champion, say I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall, I'm a champion. Stand tall, don't fall, you're a champion. Stand tall, don't fall, you're a champion. Say I'm a champion, say I'm a champion. Yeah, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. No, I was slipping, I was falling, but God caught me, bruh. And I done lived in them streets, and I done done enough. And I done lived life rough, the streets, they made me tough. But enough of the confessions of my past transgressions. I'm speaking all my truths, I done learned all my lessons. Just hoping to inspire through a musical message. I live my life just here in mere existence. So much didn't happen to me, sometimes life left me crippled. I'm strong cause I survived, and God ain't let it kill me. Thank God it didn't kill me. And now I'm on a mission just for abundant living. I fell in cause he with me. I stand tall, I won't fall, I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall, I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall, I'm a champion. Say I'm a champion, say I'm a champion.
I stand tall, won't fall, I'm a champion. Stand tall, don't fall, you're a champion. Stand tall, don't fall, you're a champion. Say I'm a champion, say I'm a champion. I'm a champion, champion, champion. I'm a champion, champion, champion. Said I'm a champion, champion, champion. I'm a champion, champion, champion.
I am survivor.
I stand tall, I won't fall.
Cause I'm a champion.
I stand tall, I won't fall. I'm a champion.
I'm a champion, I stand tall, I won't fall. I'm a champion.
I stand tall, I won't fall. I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall. I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall. I'm a champion. I stand tall, I won't fall. I am a champion. I stand tall, I will not fall. I am a champion.
I stand tall, won't fall, and I'm a champion.
I'm a survivor. I stand tall, I won't fall. I am a champion.
I'm a champion.
I'm a champion!
I'm a champion. Said I'm a champion, a champion.
I am a champion.